Hey everyone, and welcome back to Jaraci Cup 7. Get these numbers straight in my head. I love these colors from cowofschmau, wow. Well, this is going to be the round of 16 series from the group stage. There's only one, and in fact this series is going to go to Captain Pink by forfeit, but the two players did play 2 games, and so we're going to be interested to see those two play out. Oh dear, the guard order. You hate to see it. Okay, there we go. cowofschmau going to organize his salvagers here. But yeah, so he had to drop out of the tournament due to a move, I think, and so he only got to play 2 games from this series, but we do have the replays for them, so we're just going to go ahead and cast them for posterity's sake. Him playing Galzian here versus Captain Pink in the Soban. And yeah, I know, right? Those are freaking sick colors. Hold up, my DOK thinks it should own the screen. Let me handle that real quick. Yeah, okay, that's better. Game 1 gonna be on the Boneyard, and this was cowofschmau's pick. Captain Pink gonna pick Torrent and Crater for the next game. SC first build looks like coming out from him. Again, I've criticized this many times. I will never stop talking about it. This Space Runner moving out to the front line I really don't like, because obviously if it gets caught by skimmers or something, it'll just kind of die for nothing, whereas it could actually be really useful for the defense. That's weird, this salvager didn't get the memo. He's got a rally point, but it just didn't go there. You know what, this might be rail run? No, because he's got the base runner still. We'll see what he does, but at any rate, it's some kind of early aggro build. And we do have some sand skimmers being produced now. LEV Fab production upgrade on the way, and the Space Runner will retreat for Captain. Whoa, for Captain Pink. And he will have the eco advantage here if he builds a couple of salvagers in the downtime here, but looks like he hasn't gotten there just yet. LEV Fab gonna finish now though. Probe gonna get besniped here. Oh no, actually it gets out with 12 HP, kinda nice. 12 or 21? 12. Artifacts are about to spawn in here, but again, look at this, like, Captain Pink is now going for the artifact. He loses the probe as well to this PC. So that probe actually could be really valuable, driving far wide to get away from the PC, and then finding the carrier and checking what tech it is. Which, by the way, it's probably about time for cowofschmau to make one of those choices. It is going to be Railgun, so this is a Rail Rush. Coming out a bit late, but that is going to be the call here. Production upgrade is done for Captain Pink, and he has LAVs being produced, so over time, he will eventually win this Strikecraft superiority battle here. But the question is, does he lose this base runner? And I think, actually, this is something that cowofschmau should really go for. He should go for denying this base runner, because this is a very aggressive call here. A party of 1.5, nice. You and your dog, I assume? But yeah, like, this was really too ballsy of Captain Pink to go for, but cowofschmau a little bit late on the trigger here, and that's going to allow a lot of LEVs to build up, which could deny the skimmers from killing the Space Runner here. So this Space Runner will extract, and cowofschmau gets his out as well, but I think you would favor the defending player in this scenario, which is indeed going to be Captain Pink. Rail tech is done though, so I'd actually like to see one assault rail and then continue skim production. And LEV armor coming out, railgun fab coming out. This is very in touch from Captain Pink, I like it. But actually in the meantime, he should build a couple of salvagers, which seems a little bit risky, but if he can get up onto 2 base, now he makes his opponent kind of match him, rather than the other way around. Currently, despite going SC first... Oh yeah, okay, salvagers are out. But yeah, despite going SC first, actually cowofschmau had the eco advantage there. So this is the right move to build a couple of salvagers here. Probe gets launched again. And the skim's actually going to catch the base runner, so I don't know why exactly the LAV stopped shadowing them, but this is going to be unfortunate for Captain Pink. I think he will lose this base runner. Yeah, I don't really see any way of this getting out. I was just playing some games on vanilla the other day, and I was like, holy crap, base runners are so tanky. But in patch, they die much faster, so as you can see. Gonna get sniped there. And the LAVs here, gonna start trying to chunk these skims. This is exactly where they want to fight. They've got a lot of distance here, and they actually have upgrade advantage as well. They've got armor 1, so he's able to take a good trade there. Yeah, no skim ups here for cowofschmau, but he has armor 1 on the Savant player. Yeah, Catharsis was around, so I just played some vanilla games with him. It was pretty much exactly how I remembered. By the way, Rail Tech is done here, but cowofschmau still with no railguns proper. I think he's waiting for his opponent to build something that he actually needs rails to deal with. I actually like the idea of a couple of assault rails, though, just to allow you to trade a little bit better against these LAVs. Captain Pink, by the way, this is something that you should just kind of keep in mind. You don't do this every game, but occasionally you can. By the way, mark target, very good here. But you can actually, on 2 base, you can support triple LAV production. You can support double LAV production on 1 base, actually. So if your opponent doesn't make any assault rails and he just sticks on no tech like this, and you would see with a probe over his carry, okay, he's got rail tech, but he hasn't built any, you can just go for triple production, and then unless he's got 3 PCs, he's not going to be able to match that. So this is not something I think we've seen in any tournament games so far, but it's something that people should keep in mind as actually, you know, this is actually a viable, like, option. But assault rails are coming out now, so that kind of invalidates what I was saying. Obviously, once the assault rails are out, you do need to have railguns, but he's got them, so he's kind of ready. And Mag Excel finishing is a little bit non-standard, but maybe it'll come out to be kind of helpful for him. Again, though, Mark Target would be very nice. Maybe I'll take it back, because he does actually want to kill these assault rails here, so... But Mark Target is going to allow him to win LAV fights a little bit better. And then he's building another support cruiser, but I wouldn't do that. I would keep making LAVs, and I would go for these upgrades. Armor 2, yeah, that's great. That's what he wants. Maybe bring the support cruiser over here to where it can protect the ALMs as well, but the railguns do want to move out to this side. They're going to catch one of these assault rails, but one of the ALMs has gone down already, second one goes down as well, so that's actually pretty impactful. I think that makes Captain Pink fleet capped actually right now. And he'll have to drop out a couple more ALMs before he can be back on track there. Okay, he actually wants to fight around this support cruiser, though, because he obviously has the healing. He can also drop det packs if he likes. And mark target, I'm telling you, that's such a good ability. One salvager looks like going to go down here. No, they didn't. Yeah, okay, actually it is. One salvager going to go down here, as cowofschmau actually kind of prioritizing the salvagers. It's a bit of a risky call, though, because if he loses too many skims here, he may be in trouble. Okay, actually, he is targeting the LAVs now. And he's winning this fight really, actually, kind of spectacularly well. I guess that's just Lancaster's Law for you, but... I didn't think he should be taking this so convincingly, but he's doing really well here. That must just be the work done by those assault rails. Railguns, then, really want to turn on mark target right now. This is crucial. But he does finally kind of repel these sand skimmers, but... It's kind of a full army wipe on both sides, and I think that kind of favors cowofschmau right now. Gonna catch another LAV right here. He's got damage on this SC as well, which is gonna kind of force this one to go and cover that base. He's got a 3rd support cruiser though, what? I didn't expect to see that. Wow, Captain Pink really doubling down on these SCs here. By the way, artifact extraction a bit slow here for cowofschmau, but he is gonna pick up his 2nd one just finally, so he's gonna bring that out. 3rd one is coming out as well. Skims being 2-upped LAVs, yeah, it's because they actually had the numbers. Captain Pink built too many SCs, I think. He didn't have enough LAVs to fight back. As well as getting, obviously, Mag Excel would probably slow him down a little bit there. We do have Armor 1 on the Skims as well now. But you'll notice when it comes to Strikecraft battles, numbers are much more important than upgrades. I'd say when you have the upgrade advantage, you can definitely overcome, like, probably a disadvantage of about 5 or 10%. I would have to do the math on this to actually figure out the numbers, do some, like, empirical testing. But, like, it's only about that much. So if your opponent has, like, 4 more skims than you, he has 14 and you have 10, he's obviously got, like, a 40% advantage. Even having both the armor ups won't let you win that fight, so... Just a bit of food for thought there. Heavy rails being produced now for cowofschmau, so it looks like he's not done with this attack, or perhaps he is... No, he's not. He definitely wants to keep going with it. Either that, or he's trying to defend against the inevitable carrier counter push, but I don't think that's what's going on here. Probe gets sniped, though, so he sees the position of those PCs are back at the homeland. Uh-oh, he's going to let these rails kind of get hung out to dry, though. This is actually a big deal, because it facilitates cowofschmau re-pushing if he wants to. Not to mention, he really needs to get field control to stop this artifact ridiculousness, right? So, this is kind of problems for Captain Pink, and cowofschmau should capitalize by moving forward with these PCs, but... And also, a couple of assault rails, they would go a long way here. He's got the money for it for sure, so that's something I would like. Oh, or you know what? He's actually got assault chip tech now. And assault chips, I think, do that job just better, so actually I would build that. Kind of drive up here. Assault Ship and Rail is a very expensive unit combo, but it's extremely effective, right? So, difficult to field it, but if you can, you'll really be in a good place there. Third artifact from cowofschmau, gonna extract now. If ref mode is on the way for... Okay, actually, he's going for ref mode. You know, I do like this call too, because even though it loses a bit of tempo, he's still clearly got field control, and the push necessity, I guess I'll say, is definitely in Captain Pink's hands, because he needs to deal with these artifacts here. If he gets ref mode, he unlocks the carrier, and this Galzian carrier can come out to the front line now, continue the rush, but with a lot of power from these artifacts. So I'm actually going to say I'm really a fan of this. And the LAVs want to stop it, but again, it's tricky. These skims would beat them in a straight-up fight, I think. I think they just got the numbers. By about 30%, and he's only got one upgrade advantage. Yeah, so he should win this, but not if he fights around the carrier, so he wants to be a little bit careful about that. Assault Rails, though, of course, also going to swing the balance here. But ref mode is done, so he really wants to move this guy back, I would say. I don't know. Yeah, okay, there we go. And then move the carrier forward. That's the other big call here. As well as, you know, perhaps making a couple more salvagers would be nice. And he's got the money to tech to siege. I would actually do that, because siege would... Well, no, actually, I take it back. Honor guards would be crazy here. And if he's got a float, like, obviously you shouldn't be floating, but if you've got it, you might as well use it. Assault Rail's kind of taking a bad engage there. They get taken down. That's the fourth artifact, though. PC still not on the main here. I'd love to see that. But again, Honor Guard tech is open. And I would actually really go for that. That would be snazzy from this positioning here. Because again, like, look at this field for Captain Pink. Now imagine just having like an AoE railgun shooting at these units. Like, every one of them is very vulnerable to that. So that would be so freaking tasty. Regardless, though, 4 artifacts is already a pretty good look. SC anti-air actually coming out for Captain Pink, so he's a little bit worried about an air push here. But he's sticking pretty vehemently on 2 base. And I gotta say, cowofschmau is taking some bad trades. He's losing skims here. He really needs to not be doing that. Still floating that money. These guys are just kind of suiciding. Kamikaze is not a thing in DOK. And this carrier is still not involved in the fight, but look how much power, right? Look at the power! Base runner here, by the way, just like chilling in the most awkward spot. I think, did he just... No, he's getting stunned by an ALM. But look, he's gonna pick up this 5th artifact, though, so I mean, he does actually have tools to sort of make Captain Pink deal with him. He can't just, you know, ignore the artifacts that are being picked up here by cowofschmau. More heavy rails being produced, but these guys are really in danger. The carrier finally being mobilized. I've got to say, this is very late. And again, like, more tech, right? If you had honor guards right now, you can imagine how deadly that would be for this LAV blob, which is in fact right now going to catch these rails for free. But is Captain Pink paying attention to this artifact? It's like almost there. It's halfway to the extraction. He needs to... He doesn't even have boost! Oh no, he's going to lose, actually. Unless he kills this carrier in like 10 seconds, he's actually just gonna lose off the extract. No, 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 Captain Pink, what are you doing? You snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. He totally came back in this game due to cowofschmau's mistake, but he just let him extract. Oh no. Crippling. Is it just me, or are these pointing in 2 different directions? Anyway, what a thing, man. Oh no, that's terrible. I mean, to be honest with you, I think cowofschmau could maybe have still won from this position, but there's a lot of support cruisers here. Yeah, no, he wouldn't win the carrier fight here. So I think like Captain Pink totally got the upper hand here, and then he just let this guy drive through like he didn't even care. Oh no. Oh, Grommet. Well, that happens. You'll have that. Torn Crater are going to be game 2, and this one is going to be Captain Pink's choice. Interested to see what cowofschmau's pick is here. I know he likes to do early aggression. I haven't really seen him do that many eco builds, so perhaps that's just his plan here. But obviously, this being the new Torn Crater... Yeah, they played on the wrong map, but you know, it's whatever. I don't know. I did put it in the rules, but I never know how many people are actually gonna like read that. In fact, didn't I have in bold that like we don't play on the same Taurian crater? I think I did. Please note, we will no longer be playing on Vanilla and Taurian Crater. Expect a new version of the Shallows for JC8. Yeah. Oh well, you know, it happens. It happens. Sejuk does not forgive, but we will. Senscarafab gonna come out here for cowofschmau early. And based on his eco setup, it looks like he does want to go for assault ships. I think actually he shouldn't be building salvagers here, though, to do this build. Well, I don't know. Against Coalition, it's still kind of up in the air. In fact, oh wait, he didn't retire the base runner. Okay, I take it back. This is a bit of a delay tech build. But I do expect to see assault ships from him, just because obviously it's Taurian Crater. The old one, not the new one. Now, in the new Taurian Crater, for those who are unaware, you spawn here, and then your second base is there, and your third is there. And so, on the new Taurian Crater, it's a little hard to pull off early aggro, because even if you can deny the second base, you could just go on to this one. So you have to do a little bit more work to get your opponent sort of down to the same number of bases as you. But it's going to be SC first here from Captain Pink. I've got to say, on the new, like on the old Taurian, this is a risky build, but it can still work for him. LEV Fab is on the way as well. He's got a bit of a float though, so making a salvager wouldn't actually be the worst thing at this timing. But he could also go straight for power 1 if he really believes this is going to be a rush. And I mean, he should, because it will be. It's going to be assault ship tech on the queue here. It's kind of telegraphed because it's this map, and he's obviously moving a production cruiser out to the front line. And these skims finally going to decide they do have interest in trying to deny this base runner. But again, I've criticized this so many times. This base runner is going to be forfeit now. And it's not going to be ready for the defense, whereas it could actually have a really big impact. As it stands, all that it can do is try and deny his opponent from catching this this artifact here. And if he's on top of it, he may. But Galzian tends to have the advantage in that regard. Okay, this is like Battle of the Potatoes. Okay, he does get it in the end. So he'll deny that artifact from cowofschmau at least, but not really worth it. I'd say that base runner has a lot more potential than that, right? Fleet Cap 45 done, by the way, so this is quite a commit into the rush. I usually prefer seeing assault ships in sort of the paradigm of being, you know, eco delay tools so that you can pop up to 2 base faster. But he does have the tech now, so I'd like to see him building a couple of those. Armor 1, obviously, also very nice to get. Helps you just survive those skims a little bit better, and the carrier as well. Although against Soban, perhaps a little bit less valuable because the carrier uses railguns instead, but I would still like to see Armor 1 on the tech, or on the queue, and indeed it is there. There you go. Uh-oh, the skim here kind of left out to dry. You want your skims to be wet, as all things in life should be. Moist. So that skim does get killed there. What the heck am I talking about? Tech choice gonna need to come out for Captain Pink now at some point, but it's actually his tech choice is gonna be production upgrade. Which is, you know, as you know, in patch a valid tech choice, but it's not the best against assault ships. But actually, Railgun Fab coming out is good. And he is going to fill out his bases just a little bit. But until Rail Fab is done here, there's moist like that desert. Well, that's the thing, right? You've got to keep humidity inside your ship because it's so dry outside. Like, can you imagine how much chapstick they probably brought on this expedition? Right? I mean, unreal, right? Anyway, there's a window while Railgun Fab is still on the way that these assault ships can try to get damage. So I'd like to see cowofschmau be decisive here. He wants to drive in fast as he can and try and get salvager kills if his opponent doesn't respect him, but otherwise a delay of the second base, which is actually already what he's doing. So Captain Pink gonna be respectful, pulls forward here. Salvager's taking fire, but they're not gonna get killed, I don't think, here. And Rail Fab gonna be done in a moment. Of course, as you know though, Taurian Crater, one of the maps where assault ships can fight even though they have rails opposing them. I'd like to see him drive down to this area. That's kind of where you want to be, to kind of get value even though your opponent has rails. Being behind on the hill here though, not the worst thing in the world, but as you can see that carrier is tall enough that it does have an angle on you. And assault ships, in case you didn't know, not very good at killing carriers. This railgun is out now as well, and so there's actually a bit of worry that this PC could die here. He needs to build another assault ship. Keep that guy alive. And then he probably wants to save up for ref mode, but this railgun in a bit of a bad position now. Assault ship's taking a lot of damage to carrier, though. And cowofschmau really just continuing to put his foot on the gas with this base runner aggression. I love that. Getting artifacts on your opponent is really quite a powerful tool. He's going to see if he can trade out for some salvagers before he dies here. It's so close, he does get one. I don't think he'll get another, though. Down goes the assault ship. Worth? I'm not sure. He doesn't have ref mode on the way yet. That's probably what he wants to get now. So Captain Pink losing one salvager, that doesn't feel terrible. He's going to be on 2 base before him. And he's got rail tech as well, so I'd say he has the better tech for like a follow-up attack. Of course, cowofschmau could go for air, and that threat of air should hold Captain Pink off of like pushing off of this. Uh-oh, no. You just go back to 2 base here, right? If you go to 2 base, you have the advantage. If you try to push and it doesn't work, you have no advantage. So this is the wrong move. He wants to just go back, get up on a 2 base. You have a comfortable game from here. Don't want to see him do anything else. cowofschmau, meanwhile, should probably save up for another PC. I think he is doing that. He'll have 600 in no time here. Oh no, he buys salvagers. I would actually save up for a PC off this carrier, because this production cruiser can build the salvagers if you need them. But it looks like Captain Pink is going to push out across the field, try and get some control over this artifact. He doesn't want to let his opponent just extract forever. But air tech is on the menu here. He could go for that if he likes. Wasn't there a time when PCs cost like 700 CUs and no RUs or something? I don't know. It's interesting, the way that they have an RU cost means that they delay your tech if you go for them first, and so players generally are not going for 2 PC builds like we used to do in vanilla all the time. It's kind of interesting to see. Interceptor tech on the way, I like that, but I really would like to see another PC here. He's got the money for it. And the other thing is that, oh, he's not got the fleet cap for it now though, because he filled it up. But the other thing is that if you go for interceptor tech, obviously you're going to want to be building interceptors, not PCs, so you want to get that second PC out before interceptor tech is done, ideally. So like, this is the timing that you would be starting it up, and he's got the money, but not going to go for it, which is a little bit... Oh wait, oh, he did have the fleet capacity for it. I guess they only cost 4, I thought they cost 5. Okay, it's a little bit late, but he is going to go for that second PC. I like it, I think that's the right move. Captain Pink, meanwhile, moving up onto 3 base. So right now the eco is even, but it's going to swing onto his favor. But we'll see what he's able to get done with this air attack. We have Mag Excel coming out for Captain Pink. Actually, I'm not a fan of that, though. I think he should stick with non-accelerated railguns here, because he hasn't seen rails from his opponent. Mag Excel usually what you get before a carrier fight or a rail fight, but it's not going to do much against these skims here. You may also not know it, in vanilla the Savon rails have less base damage than Coalition rails do, but in patch they have the same base damage and just a slightly higher fire rate, so... The effect is the same, they have a higher DPS, but they no longer suffer against armor units for not having Mag Excel. And that's because, obviously, railguns just had their damage decreased in patch generally, so... If Savon rails had, like, the less damage anyway, they'd actually be pretty bad at killing carriers. But... Extraction comes out for cowofschmau, brings the scoreline to 2 for him. And now, Captain Pink actually going to go for, like, a push here, so this is kind of interesting to see. But again, interceptors, that's the threat here, which he's not really respecting enough. So the idea is to say, okay, I can go for, like, a 2-base power play now. But I don't know, like, when you're considering doing that, you've got to ask yourself, do I have the momentum on the field right now? There's artifacts out for cowofschmau. You don't have a vision on his tech for a while now. He had assault chips though, and you don't have anti-air. I feel like this is a bad idea, but we'll see. Maybe he makes this work. But I'm worried that cowofschmau is going to launch the interceptors and just dunk all of these railguns here. And, you know, he could have just gone straight to 3 base and been faster than his opponent on it, right? And that would have been a guaranteed advantage, so I would have rather seen that. I'm always a fan of the aggressive play, I will say that, but only if it works. Double base runner, by the way, for Captain Pink. I actually like that a lot because even if he gets into a fight over here, they could be useful with the targeting generators, and they provide a bit of anti-air. But it is clear that Captain Pink cannot really... Is he trying to shoot this ALM, or this cannon, and not able to hit it? Anyway, he's not really got the tempo right now. As you can see, he has to back away from this push. Come back and deal with this aggression. But again, a little bit of a head scratcher, bringing the rails back to deal with LAVs. Like, that's not how they work, but... His carrier placement is somewhat convenient for stopping his opponent from getting that artifact out, but I don't think it's worth it. I think he really would rather be... He'd rather be, you know, just getting 3 base, basically. By the way, pretty nice targeting jammer. Forces these skims to back away early because the LAVs would have just wrecked them otherwise. Here come the interceptors. Now, there's a lot of anti-air in terms of these LAVs, but there's none actually on this base. Bit of micro would go a long way here. Pull these guys up, not down. LAVs and base runners are really going to have a field day with him if you don't pull them in the right direction here. Now, he wants the support cruiser as well, which I think is a bit of a mistake. Oh, dear. Narrowly escaping that targeting jam. But there is high ground on these LAVs here. Interceptors, by the way, totally just suiciding, so they all die there. They don't even get the support cruiser. It's really... not what you want. You hate to see it. By the way, opportunity for targeting jammer right now. Oh, I'm spamming E. Okay, there it is, but it's a little late. The LAVs had already died, obviously. That's going to leave the railguns forfeit as well, so... Messy from cowofschmau to lose all these air units, but obviously he's going to win the strikecraft battle on the back of it, so... Works out for him in the end. A lot of veterancy on this base spreader here, eh? Anti-air turret getting set up. That's a little bit out of touch. He's got targeting jammer as well, so might as well just drop one down right here, right now. Too late. Support cruiser does go down. Could have bought a little bit of time like that, but unfortunately not going to happen. This is going to be salvager's forfeit as well. But there are anti-air turrets, so I mean, unless he invests the time to like clean those up, he won't be able to just do whatever he likes. I see a lot of guard orders coming out here, which is interesting. But he's prioritizing these LAVs, and that's good. This is what I always call the meat grinder scenario. You've heard that term a lot of times, I'm sure. And he's moving currently as well up onto 3 base, which is kind of nice. Artifact also heading toward the extraction zone, which is good for him. And Captain Pink, once again, taking some power reserves here, but he doesn't have the push. He needs to reset up his main base, and meanwhile, cowofschmau getting up onto 3. So this is a very, very good position for cowofschmau, who is... anyone who played StarCraft 2 will be kind of disturbed by this. A little bit too much queuing going on over there, but it's okay though. I mean, you know, I don't mean to disparage him for trying. Skims are going to take another good engage here. Now we could have ALM into targeting jammer going on as well on these guys, but it's just like there's a window where you've got to use that ability right then, and he just seems to keep missing it. He doesn't quite have the mechanics to drop those abilities exactly when he wants them. And so these skims are kind of going unopposed here. Only that support cruiser really shooting at them. They're splitting fire, which is a little bit awkward. Some on the SC, some on the salvager. You don't like to see that. Probably just wants to leave now. Wreck opened over here, so cowofschmau getting up onto his 3rd base. And in the meantime, he's... Oh, dear. Double TJ? No, that's this one. But, yeah, that's a very nice positioning there. Holds the skims back just a little bit more. But yeah, he really needs to pull back and get a bit more army here. If he gets a bit more army as well, though, think about it, right? Like, obviously he's got the win condition as well. He's got 3 base runners on the field, let alone 2. This guy can go over here and try and, like, haggle for, like, a 3rd artifact maybe at some point. I love this ALM spam, by the way. They're just, like, dotting the battlefield, but they... Or not the ALMs, the targeting jammers. I hate ALM spam. Although these ones were all pretty justified when they were placed. Again, though, that's the thing, especially as, like, Saban Coalition... That's unfortunate, the interceptors always waste a bit of missiles. When you drive out for, like, an aggressive push, you always are going to drop logistics modules behind you, so if you lose that ground later, you're really going to suffer for it. By the way, interceptors, they have no business being here at all. I mean, look at... Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Not their finest moment. And this guy, this freaking legend here, Commander. Can you believe they promote him to Commander just because he can shoot down a couple air units? But yeah, another suicide from the air units from cowofschmau. I've said this before in casts, I'm not a good air player, so I always am interested to see what good air players do. By the way, this scanner getting targeting jammed, that's pretty cute. It landed like inside the targeting jammer's radius. You can barely tell, but see how the speed is in red there? That tells you that's actually in the jammer. But good air players will, when there's anti-air on the field, they'll keep them airborne and they'll look for opportunities to use it without committing under the, like, over the anti-air fire. Because, whoa. It's always Taurian Crater, man. He's still going up. How high is this guy gonna go? This is huge. This is like several kilometers in the air. Okay, he's finally falling down. He's a probe. He's like looking for information on the battlefield. Meanwhile, as we can see from a distance here, Skim's trying to get up on those LAVs, but they're kind of warded off by that ALM. Ah, plonk. That was so high. It doesn't really matter though, because the LAVs are the ones who have the push that they've got to make. This artifact is going to extract otherwise. They clearly just can't quite make it, so it's too late. Yeah, that artifact is going to go out. And cowofschmau takes this game as well in a bit of a... How do you say? Like obviously the Saban player Captain Pink should have gotten 3 base, should have had an advantage, but Captain Pink wins because I think cowofschmau wins because Captain Pink is trying to be too fancy. He moves out with this carrier and he doesn't get anything done with it. Can carriers jump that high? I've never seen it. I mean, obviously they can do kick flips and whatever, but I've never seen them go that high in the air though. I wonder why it happens, by the way. I think it's like he spawns out of the carrier into like terrain that's low. So the physics engine gives him like a massive impulse moving upwards to get him out of the stuck terrain, and he just goes flying into the air, but not really sure. So I don't think that situation would ever be replicated with carriers, but I've seen it with cruisers though. It happens with those types of units for sure. Anyway, Captain Pink does take the game 2-0. Unfortunately though, as I said before, he had to drop out of the tournament, so he is not going to be the one who advances to the quarterfinals. But whoever does just moves up to fight A-game and get slaughtered, right? So, actually, those games hopefully going to happen pretty soon. That'll be the next one that we cast. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time.